earlier today we were talking about discouragement. And I look at discouragement as being in a boxing ring. The devil is punching at us, and he doesn't fight fair. He waits until different circumstances happen in our lives, and that's a part of life. People turn their backs on us. They break in our homes. They run into our cars. We may even be a victim of road rage, where somebody just flips us a bird or calls us all kind of names. Just all kind of things, losing our jobs, getting eviction notices and late notices, late fees, getting their electricity cut off, foreclosures, and we could even be a victim of identity theft. Death, that's going to happen. We lose a close loved one, and we're just hurt. And the enemy knows that is the time to strike, because we are most vulnerable, because we are in our feelings, we are in our flesh, we're emotional, and actually we're really not even thinking about praying at that time. I mean, really, God is really not the first on our minds immediately, because of the flesh. And Jesus displayed that emotion also when Lazarus died. Jesus felt the hurt. He felt the compassion. But the enemy, he knows that that's the perfect time to come in and strike. So our defenses are down. So he's punching us, and he's punching us out. But if we can remember our defenses, and we can put on our shield, then we can cover some of those blows, block a lot of those blows. We have to remember to put on the whole armor of God, that we can stand against the wiles of the enemy. And when those thoughts start coming, those thoughts of hopelessness, the thoughts of wanting to get back at somebody, wanting revenge, that is the time to bring those thoughts immediately under the subjection of God. We got to get rid of it, because if we sit up and entertain those thoughts, it's going to plant a seed. And when the lust is conceived, it's gonna bring about sin. When we mess up, it's not an immediate thing like, I'm in this club, I don't know how I got here, it just happened. No, it didn't just happen. You've been thinking about that thing for a while. Fornication, yeah, you've been lusting after that person. You set up and you entertained it. You like the way they look, you like the way they talk. As a matter of fact, the enemy just set you up. The enemy knows exactly what you like, knows your type. He set the play up, sent them around, had them say exactly the things that you wanted to hear, and everything. Just baited you. Just baited the hook. You set up and entertain those thoughts instead of crying out to the Lord. And the Lord will hear you cry. They'll call out. Those who call out on the name of the Lord shall be saved. God's eye is open. His eyes are upon the righteous, and his ears open to their cry. And then we can also get prayers through. God answered. Fervent prayer of a righteous man availeth much. And there's a lot of prayers. A lot of scriptures that confirm that whatever we ask, we will receive of God. We ask and we receive in Him, because we do those things that are pleasing in His sight. Delight yourself in the Lord. He'll give you the desires of your heart. So we have a lot of escapes. God will make a way of escape. He will deliver us out of the hand of the enemy. He is able to keep us from falling, but it is our responsibility, as soon as those thoughts come, soon as the feelings of hopelessness enter in, we immediately got to get to God. We got to get to God, because if we don't, we're going to fall into temptation. And I tell you what, the devil is not playing. He is seeking whom he may devour, and he does not play fair. He will use anyone. So I'm encouraging you today, when you start having those thoughts and those feelings, immediately go to God. Even if you can't explain in words what's going on, just moan. Just get on your knees and moan. I mean, if you can't wait until you get home to pray, do it in your car. If you're at work, go to the restroom. But immediately take it to God, so he can take care of it. And I tell you what, the enemy doesn't like that. God will come down and he'll dispatch his angels, and he will cover you. He will cover you, and he will fight for you. God, he's a strong tower. He is our help in time of need. He's a lawyer in the courtroom. Yes, he is. God is our all and all, and he is the way. He is the way out. So be encouraged and call upon the name of the Lord. You be blessed, and remember, call on Jesus.